Now with Black Ops 6 Zombies right around the corner, I wanted to take a step back and look at what can Treyarch do to potentially fix and save what seems like a dying Call of Duty Zombies mode. Let's get right into it. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I'm going to talk about a lot of the issues that we had with Black Ops Cold War that Treyarch has to fix, because if they don't fix a lot of these issues, trust me, the entire community is not going to believe in zombies anymore with Treyarch. Treyarch really needs to fix a lot of these things that we noticed and we found. And now some of them they kind of already have a plan for, but a lot of stuff I'm not sure if they will fix or if they will be able to fix them. So I want to get right to the very first thing. So the first thing that everybody had concerns and issues with was just the fact that like the main quests for all of the Easter eggs were extremely easy and it didn't feel challenging. I'm not talking about the guidance part. I mean, there was a lot of guidance within it. I mean, like for instance, the arrows on the walls that like literally point you to exactly how to get the pack-a-punch and all that stuff. I'm not specifically talking about that. I'm talking about strictly how easy all the main quests were when it came to just like the challenge and difficulty themselves. The Easter eggs here don't really feel challenging, like you might actually die if you don't complete it. Most of them just feel like, oh, this is just another main quest. I'm just gonna get this done, taken care of. But there's no real actual threat. The first threatening main quest that we got was with the Legion boss fight in Outbreak. And I remember the community being like happy. There was a lot of people who were up in arms and mad because it was so difficult. But like, I think that's what makes it good, because we have to remember, Zombies is also still a video game that we can like actually enjoy and play around. We should be challenged. We should learn. We should progress as video game players. And I don't think a lot of the main quests in pretty much almost none of them, except for the Legion boss fight, actually made you feel like you could actually lose that boss fight. Hopefully they actually put some challenge into these boss fights. I would honestly be okay with all the main quests were at the same level of difficulty as the Legion boss fight. I mean, it took me and my like elite team literal weeks before we could actually finally beat the Legion boss. I mean, it took a lot of learning and strategizing and practicing with each other. It took tons of hours practicing. I want that for this upcoming zombie. We had such a stale first 4 months in the game because we didn't even get a DLC map or anything like that right after launch. I mean, it took us until February before we got Firebase Z, and then Outbreak followed suit afterwards. Now in Black Ops 6, the difference is we're starting with 2 launch round-based maps. We only started with 1 in Cold War. Already, that's gonna be better. However, we did have better and more modes. Honestly, we did have more content to start with, right? So in Black Ops Cold War, we started with a round-based zombies map, right? D Machina. And then we also had Onslaught with a handful of maps. Not many people played Onslaught. Onslaught was not fleshed out at all. And then also we had Dead Ops Arcade. So we had 3 different modes of zombies that we could tune into. Yeah, we do have 2 round-based zombies maps at launch, right? And they're very different, right? One is mostly for sweats, and then the other is for casuals, which is really great. But they've already confirmed that we'll be getting a new map prior to the end of the year. I'm not sure if that's gonna be season 1 or season 1 reloaded or whatever that will be, but that's gonna be good. Hopefully they don't do anything else like that again, like where we have to wait another 4 months before we get something. So speaking of having to wait before we get something, I wanna talk a little bit about the nerfs. And so in Black Ops Cold War, they nerfed a lot of really good stuff and a lot of really fun stuff, specifically at launch to try and balance out everything. That was pretty aggravating to me because I don't feel like a lot of the nerfs were warranted, especially I don't really feel like nerfs and zombies are just good anyway, because the zombies, like the zombies aren't gonna complain. Like you make everything else match if you want it to be used. I think that you can make the game good and balanced by not nerfing the shotguns, but instead buffing everything else. I think that would be more fun. Now, one of the main nerfs I want to talk about is like Deadwire. I remember Deadwire was the most overpowered ammo mod. It was so good at launch, but they nerfed it into the ground and then they brought it back and it was still garbage. And so it's like things like that I don't want to see. Like the ammo mods should feel good and strong. Like they should buff the weapons, especially because they're giving us these different weapon buffs anyway. It should really buff the weapons and feel good. I I've just never thought that nerfing weapons, item, equipment, and things like that in zombies is a good thing. It does make sense to me. However, with that, in my video that I posted yesterday, I still talked about how I don't want to have universal like nerfs and patches to all the items and equipment in the game with multiplayer. There were so many launch bugs and glitches that we had. I don't know if you guys remember. I remember like spawning in with the Gallo into D Machina, and it literally wouldn't be in my hands, which obviously that's a huge issue, right? That's a huge concern because we need to be able to play. Like there was crazy amounts of bugs and issues. Also, the party system was horrible. So like, if they can fix the bug issue and the glitches and all that stuff, the service, the game will feel much better and much more smooth, and people will actually genuinely like the game much better. Another thing I want to need for them to make sure that they don't mess up this time also is the LTMs, the limited time modes. So the limited time modes could have been so good in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. However, they weren't like always fully fleshed out. Remember whenever they initiated Cranked? Cranked was cool. It was fine. Like I liked it. I don't think everybody liked it. I played it probably a bit more than like all of my friends. You could go into Cranked, be doing very well, and all of a sudden have a dog round. And because the dogs take so long to spawn, your Crank timer will run out and you instantly lose. You would fail. So hopefully they have a better, fully fleshed out LTMs this time. Also, the LTMs need to stay in the game. Like, I know they're literally limited time modes, but these limited time modes are typically really good. If they're going to spend a lot of time fleshing it out and making it at least fun enough for us to want to play it, they might as well give us just to keep in it. The Christmas mode for D Machino was really cool as well. That's one mode that I still hope that they just bring back and keep, because that was such a good mode. Another thing that I think that a lot of people forgot was the fact that there was not a ray gun in every map for whatever reason. I don't understand why, but they need to make sure that there's a ray gun in every zombies map that they do. Why not? I mean, just the ray gun is such a classic. Plus, it gives us 2 wonder weapons to be able, at least 2, right? There's a ray gun, and then there's also the main wonder weapon for that map. They might as well give us a ray gun in every map. They gave us a ray gun for like almost all the other maps. The only one that they didn't give us a ray gun for was Firebase V. Other than that, we got a ray gun for all the rest of them. So they might as well just give us a ray gun for all the rest of them at the launch of each map and let that be that. I mean, I honestly think that they should just do that. Now, with getting a ray gun in every map, I think another thing is that right off rip, they need to make sure that the camo coverage is good, because at launch, camo coverage was horrible. And I think they ended up making it better. They did end up making it better as the game went on, but I think it didn't take it till like season 4 or 5 before the camo coverage actually got good. Now, another thing that I think that they should make sure is there at launch instead of waiting until the literal end of the season is the 100%er challenges. So in Black Ops Cold War, we didn't get a 100%er challenge reward until after season like 6, which by that point in time, well, there's no point in it because we've already gotten it and people aren't still over there playing the game. There was also finally a calling card that we got, and that was literally it, just a calling card, which is kind of sad because there was so many things that they could have given us for rewards for the 100%er. I mean, all types of things. There was that numbers zombie skin that they could have given us. There was that Dark Ether blueprint, or that Dark Ether bundle that they could have given us as well. I mean, there were so many different things that they could have done to reward us for completing every challenge in their video game. And they gave us a calling card. So hopefully they do. I do know that they have 100 centers off rip, but the hope is that they actually have full on great rewards. There's going to be rewards as well for completing the main quests in the game. So hopefully those main quests are also really good as well. With that, we also got a super Easter egg, which is pretty cool. If you completed all the Easter eggs in the game, they would allow you to be able to start the match basically off with purple tier weapon every time that you come into a zombies match. That was such a great idea, and I'm very happy that they did that because it made it easy for me. I enjoy having that permanent upgrade to my weapons. That permanent upgrade is awesome and feels really freaking good. So that's something that I'm happy that they incorporated, and something I hope that they also incorporate as well this time. Granted, let's do it at the beginning. Also, another thing I think that they're gonna need to fix from Black Ops Cold War in this game to make Black Ops 6 actually good is the prestige rewards. So there are prestige challenges and rewards. However, we didn't get the chance to actually have specific zombies customized stuff in the prestige shop. So I'm not sure if there's going to be a prestige shop in the same way as there was in Black Ops Cold War. Hopefully there should be, but they should definitely put zombies specific things in there just for us, like zombie specific blueprints, weapons, zombies enemies, things like that. Or that would actually make like grinding the prestige levels so much better. Not only are we grinding and prestiging, since prestiging now is universal, hopefully they actually allow it to be universal with the rewards as well, where those rewards contribute to, our success. Hopefully. With that, the last thing I hope is that with all of the different challenges that they give us and that we have, hopefully those challenges to unlock certain different weapons, the challenges in the battle pass, also come with zombies challenges. For the first half of Black Ops Cold War, we didn't get zombies-based challenges, so a lot of the things we needed to unlock, we have to go into multiplayer for. A lot of zombies players don't want to play multiplayer, just unlock something that they're going to use in zombies. So hopefully from day one, they have challenges for both that are universal challenges. Some you can get in zombies, some that you can get in multiplayer, some that you can get in Warzone as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I want to hear your thoughts. Were there any issues that Black Ops Cold War had that I missed? And also, what of these issues weren't really deal breakers for you? But what would be a deal breaker for you guys? If you guys enjoy this content, I'd love to have you guys in the community. Feel free to give this video a like, subscribe today. You could be that one that pushes us right over 5,000 subs, right? You could be that one. But with that, have a beautiful goddamn day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Just dance with me all through the night. Turn it out, close to you. I feel good, 'cause I just know feeling.